I speak to a lot of new ladies over the age of 40 who want to come and train with us and join our ladies group. And one of the main complaints that we get from people who are wanting to join, that they want to solve, is that they want a stronger core. There's a lot of people who come to us and talk to us and say that they want to strengthen their core. So I wanted to make a video about this because I think that people use this term and they're not 100% sure what it means. They just know it means something like this. I think a lot of people think that when they say core, what they really mean is abs, like abdominals, and they think they need to do crunches and sit-ups, things like this. Now, for the majority of people, not for everybody, because everybody is different, but for the majority of ladies over 40, especially if you've got any kind of history with a bad lower back, a back issue, it's probably not the best thing, at least initially, to start with spinal flexion, as in crunches or abdominal exercises that target these muscles specifically in isolation. There's nothing inherently wrong with doing those things, but for a start, working your abdominals aren't going to show them necessarily anymore, and they're definitely not going to lose body fat around this region, because body fat will come over all over your body. It won't be spot reduced by doing stomach exercises. But if it is a stronger core you're looking at, it tends to be a reframe of thinking that we teach people, rather than teaching them to specifically target this area around your midsection, right? Now, this is especially if people have a bad lower back, because it tends to be a big crossover with people who want a stronger core and they've got a history of back issues. So what I tend to do with people, and again, everybody's unique, everybody's different, but what I tend to do with people by and large, when they come to me with a history of back issues or a current back issue, rather than strengthening their core, there's two main principles that we follow when it comes to people in this situation. Number one is posterior chain. It becomes a major priority, posterior chain work. Now, what I mean by that is the lower body on the back half. So muscles on your glutes, muscles on your hamstrings, specifically those two are a real priority. Now, when people sit down too much, if you've got a sedentary job, if you drive for a living, or if you work in an office or sit behind a desk at home, things like that, what happens is you end up with quite a weak posterior chain because you're sat on your posterior chain. And you ending up with hip flexion all day long. You're sat in this position, you're hunched over, and these get really, really tight. These muscles get really tight. So what we need to do is start strengthening the imbalance, because they're really short, and we need to start strengthening these to pull them back into the right area, so that you're not putting too much pressure on your lower back. So that's the first thing that we do, is we get them to strengthen their glutes and strengthen their hamstrings. The second thing that we do in relation to strengthening core is we don't do anything specifically on this area, other than using big compound exercises that challenges your whole frame. And these are specific to the individual. So I could list a bunch of exercises off here, but they'll be specific to each individual based on their specific and unique circumstance and their biomechanics. So by putting a lot of load through the whole body on big compound movements, you're challenging the muscles of your midsection to keep yourself stable while you do something else. So it's getting a lot of load through these muscles here to strengthen your core, but you're not actually targeting that area specifically. So for me, just my opinion based on my experience, if you want a stronger core, you don't want to be doing abdominal exercises specifically. You want to be working on your posterior chain, and you want to be doing big compound exercises that challenge you head to toe, as long as it's appropriate for your body. Hope that helps.